My name is Aida Begić. I'm a director from Bosnia and Herzegovina, and I'm here with a movie called A Ballad. Well, I made three films that were dealing with the consequences of war in Bosnia and in Syria as well. So I was basically really engaged with women and children who suffered through different tragedies. And I must say that it was, of course, I was very young when wars stopped in my country, and I couldn't afford to myself to make some lighter content, to make movies about something that is love or I don't know, coming of age or something that would be more natural for a young girl that I was, in the early 2000s. But then I got tired and I thought that it's time now that I take off this burden of war from my back, first of all. And I needed really to express myself in a different area, in a different content. And I was really happy to do something different. And audience was really happy to watch something different, because I think that we need to find some kind of balance. But when you don't produce enough, like we don't in Bosnia, then you cannot make this balance. We need to produce much more films per year so that we have different topics, different themes, and to be able to find everything for our audience and international audience. The comedy, for example, is the most engaged genre. However, we don't think of it because it's talking about things that are wrong in society, about human behavior that is not good. So it's making fun of it in a way, but it's really serious genre, for example, and I'm admiring it very much. So yeah, I agree that what I think is important, that European art house cinema, I think, lost its audience. And unfortunately, we are just focusing on festivals, and festivals audience is our only audience most of the time. And I think that maybe we should try to find a way how to bring back our audience, to visit us in cinemas and also in those platforms. And I guess that this pandemic period really brought something and will bring something new to European content and way of doing films. And I think it's good. It's still fresh. We don't know where we are going yet, but I think it's going to better direction than it was 5, 6 years ago. I think there is more. It's just that we should, I think, start to think about audience, because we stopped thinking about audience in general. And I think it's not really good. At least in my case, I was in one moment asking myself to whom I'm making those movies, because it came out that we are making it for each other. Filmmakers for other filmmakers and so on. So I felt that this circle became really small, and it's not easy to finance movies anymore. These all production structures with co-productions is getting harder and harder, especially for people coming from countries like Bosnia is. So I think that we have to find another model as well of financing, of promotion of cinema. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. I'm still really art house filmmaker. I'm not commercial yet at all, and I think I will never become real commercial director. But I'm trying to think about other ways of finding my audience, at least in my country. I was wondering a lot about those things that became almost like forbidden to present. Like if we are talking, and we should talk, and we are talking about female characters and women problems and worlds and so on. But I felt that it's like we are almost ashamed to present someone who is insecure, who is not so strong, who is not even winning. And I was thinking that I should discover this part of myself first of all, and to admit to myself that it's okay that I'm not always strong, and that I'm confused from time to time, and I was really thrilled to portray this kind of person. And also I was dealing with different worlds, let's say, and about art as well, illusion and reality. And I think this kind of fluid character could bring along this kind of structure that I was trying to establish in this movie. So yeah, Mary, my main character, she's like very fluid, very confused, but very light at the same time, and she can carry this kind of different structure and different storytelling that I was establishing in this film. I guess that in that sense, I think that we will go more towards really low budget films and really high budget films. Unfortunately, I think that this middle budget are going to disappear, at least talking about, again, countries that are not like France, Germany, I don't know. So if you are from Bosnia, I think that we will have to direct ourselves more to these like different approaches in production, in making films. Um, so I cannot say yes, it's more difficult because, for example, our television is not investing, which is really bad. On the other hand, we start production of TV series, which is good because of the industry part. So maybe people will accept to do for a lower salaries, art house cinemas, because they will make money. They will be able to make money doing this TV program. So I'm optimistic in that sense. On the other hand, we in Bosnia, we have to still rent equipment. We don't have everything there at home, so it makes things harder. But I think if this TV program continues to produce, we're going to have our own rental places and it's going to be easier. So when you have industry established in one country, then it's easier to do low budget films. In case of a Ballad, we saved a lot of money in camera equipment. Because we decided to do it with really small handheld video cameras, actually. It's not because of the budget, it's because I was searching for a different character of the picture. I was searching for a different look because it became for me, let's say, the same to watch this look of these contemporary digital cameras, these signals, because it's not like 35 that you can really play with it. It's more or less. At the end of the day, you have similar character of the picture. So searching for the difference of the character of picture and this feeling of picture, we came to these small cameras, and I think that it brought a good artistic achievement with it. But at the same time, we saved a lot of money, which is good. After the really big success of my first two films, I think that was this point when I was in a position to decide or to think about it. And I decided not to go for it because I think that it's not the same position, even though you can search for your expression abroad. I think that the treatment you will get and everything is changing once when you go there, So I think however, it's harder, but I think it's better position if you stay. At least for me, it was if I stay home, and then I had few possibilities to go abroad and make stories. But still, I think that if I'm rooted in Bosnia, then I think that my perspective is how to say. I'm luckier in that sense. I'm more lucky to tell stories the way I want. Otherwise, I'm afraid that I would be in position to make compromises that I wouldn't like. So, yeah, that's only in my case, but I'm sure that some people can find great opportunities abroad. Thank you. Thank you.